Seabirds and swans, sick and dying from a mystery illness, has investigators worried tonight. They want to know if the sick birds off Longboat Key have anything to do with that BP oil spill. And if it does, that could be bad news for other kinds of area wildlife as well. Fox 13's Ken Suarez is in Lakeland tonight, where some of the sick swans are being checked out. Ken, what do they know?
Well, they know that there's a possible link, but they're not quite sure, so they have to really check things out. At this point, they've only arrived here and they started the initial diagnosis. Bottom line is that if your swan has a problem or a mystery illness in this case, then Lakeland is a place to bring it, because Dr. Geoffrey Gardner, as his dad before him, is one of the foremost experts on swans. So now it's his job to find out what's killing them.
Okay, I know.
Dr. Geoffrey Gardner is trying to unlock a mystery. What's attacking the swans and other birds on Longboat Key? A rehabber from Save Our Seabirds just brought him 3 sick and 1 dead one to examine.
Our concern is that it may be something either coming from a toxin in the waters, something coming from the dispersants that might have been used for the oil spill.
The swans started getting sick about 2 months after the oil spill. They're not the only ones that are dying. So are all kinds of seabirds, gulls, terns, and more. Rehabbers can usually save most of the seabirds they get in. They only lose a few here and there, but they're worried over this situation. They lost 65 in a little over a month.
When you have 65 die in less than 6 weeks, then you know there's a problem. And their symptoms were all the same. We could not diagnose it. We were treating them for a couple things I thought it might be, but that didn't work.
A little dehydrated, but not bad.
So they're looking to Dr. Gardner for answers. Why would the birds get weak, become paralyzed, and just drop dead? Botulism is a killer, and the first thing that comes to mind. It can hit a flock and wipe it out. But Gardner doesn't think that's the answer this time.
But the symptoms, the progression, the duration, everything else is a little bit unusual, and also the terns and the other species that we're seeing on the Gulf, not typical at all of botulism. That does not fit with what we're seeing. So there's something else going on.
And finding what it is truly a matter of life and death. Now, that dead swan right now is on its way to Orlando to a lab to be checked out. Preliminary results are expected early next week. In the meantime, Dr. Gardner and his team have a lot to ponder. For example, could it possibly be that birds were infected over there in the Gulf and then migrated here? Could it be a bit of a more ominous theory where the Gulf dispersants are here, which would mean that it could possibly affect the entire environment? There is not a connection that we know of right now. These are just ideas that he's got to kind of ponder. But when those results come back, he's going to have a much better idea, hopefully, of what's going on.
All righty, Ken Suarez, thank you very much, Ken.